Hello, this is Vale Stormbringer, and I am doing a video of my MOC Avakaru, no, Avakaru, the Lightbringer. I don't know why I chose the name. I think it's Av Light and extra stuff after that. I think I was going to call him like Avak or Avak or something, and then I was like, oh wait, there's a guy called Avak, I think, in Pyraka? I think so. Anyway, you can't really see it from here, but yeah, well, actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna do the MOC first. So, he has wings, and this MOC has been redesigned before. You can see the wings, and they're pretty mobile, and they've got these Kitangu orange. That's what we call it, right? Kitangu orange or Kitangu yellow. Anyway, now that you can see the wings, I'm gonna just move his weapon out of the way. And as you, I actually have a very different way of connecting these weapons than Veor's, which don't really connect to him. Every other MOC has the, just these hand things, because I am too lazy to build hands. Basically, I built Veor's hands and then swore, never again will I ever build hands on a MOC. Because it doesn't look as nice as I thought it would. And such. Anyway, moving him back into frame. So his feet, Metru feet with silver, with the orange hand joint. This leg is grey. The reasoning behind that is because there are not silver pieces like this, and I wanted to give him like half orange, Kitangu orange, which is the main part of his color scheme. His color scheme has a tiny bit of white in it, but it's mainly Kitangu orange. Also, I gave him, so the legs are custom, they're pretty simple to understand. It's just one of these on top of this piece, and I used a half egg with a stud on the end for this, which is why it doesn't come through the other end, and this can still bend. Yeah. Then you got some gears here, this is pretty simple, but at the same time, like, it's not anything super cool. His stomach. I'm not sure if you actually saw anything I was pointing at. So yeah, that's what I was trying to show you. The peg doesn't come all the way through here. This is a 3-bone. Gears, more gears. Whatever this piece is called. One of these Borok shields. And for the stomach, you can see I sort of gave him a similar thing to what I gave Haor, who I actually revamped a bit, since you can't really tell, but I gave him a ball point here. Look, you can sort of, okay. You can sort of see the fact that it's a chest piece with the two small CCBS pieces. I did the same thing with Avakaru. I keep calling him Avakaru. That's not his name. Like I said before, wings. He has a mask. Custom arm. I hope you understand how to build this. It's basically interchangeable with any color. I just use this because that's Kitangu orange and silver are the main things of his MOC. That's basically everything. The upper, I also gave him the mobile shoulder piece things that I gave Veor. And his mask is the Mask of Light. Now I'm gonna explain this MOC and who he is. First off, I picked up one day, I just had the wings lying around, and the wings aren't from an actual dragon, just so you know. They're not from a dragon, they're from a ship. From Knight's Kingdom. So yeah. I'm gonna move his spear back just next to him so I can pick that up and tell you about that. So anyway, the knights, I picked up those wings out of a box and was looking at it. And I sort of found one of the silver masks that I have, because there are like 100 of those masks. Anyway, I picked it up and I was like, you know what would be cool? A guy with this mask and these wings. So I also created the wing attachment to a bionicle thing, which is fairly simple. The half peg, half axles attached to one of the ball joints with a too long thing, and then you attach that to the wing. And I upgraded that so it has the sort of short protector. I think the pieces are from the protector of jungle. I want to say air, but it's jungle, isn't it? That's gonna go back on there. Anyway, I sort of designed him based off that. His original design was a lot shorter and a lot less cool, and it was sort of like, guess he's a guy. And his original purpose actually was as a character. My original idea was like, well, if Vaor's Stormbringer and he's all shadow-tied, like, if I hadn't explained this when I did the Vaor MOC, Vaor's powers are over Shadow and Storm. I think originally he was just Shadow. Yeah, he was just Shadow originally. Then I was like, but what if he had a friend who's light? And that's this guy's origin. It's sort of he's Vaor's equal ally dude who's light-based. And, well, so Vaor is sort of, he's the equivalent of the dialects, which is what I call Vaor's world, Toe of Light. And if I ever, I'm currently writing out a basic explanation for that world and Vaor's backstory and such. But, you know, that might not get done for a long time. Anyway, so I wanted to make a guy Vaor size, but at the time, it was Voyanui Vaor. So this isn't the first version of this guy. Not Voyanui. Mechanui. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Voyanui. It's not the Ignika style. He was a Mechu style guy. I scrapped that one. I don't know why I scrapped him. I probably have all the pieces. No, I don't, because I used Vaor's lower arm. Anyway, if I hadn't explained why I used Vaor's lower arm, it's because originally he had a disc launcher attached to it. So we had a disc launcher arm. So we can do that. Whatever. Anyway, explaining this, he's Vaor's. So Vaor's, in dialects, Vaor is sort of the force of change. Vaor represents sort of like the future. He's a force of change. Then Lightbringer, Avakaru Lightbringer. Also, I know Lightbringer and Stormbringer is sort of stupid, but the other option was Light Lord, which I think sounds really, really stupid. I could have called him Lightseeker, but I only recently named the two people, because originally I had like Kramari or something, and Avmari or something, I don't know. Anyway, because those are the Matoran things for light and darkness. Anyway, so what happened is you got Lightbringer instead of Lightseeker, which is the name of the people who Vaor fights, other than so Vaor's the Shadow Walkers, are his people, and also the person I'm gonna do next, Lakava's people. I think I may join Lakava and another guy I built. Lakava's a girl, though. One of my only female MOCs. Anyway, this guy's a guy. This is not Lakava. Lakava is the calf is this person, who you can't see. Now you can sort of see. There, see? Anyway. So yeah, that's sort of his origin. He's the remembrance of the past. I'm sorry, I keep trying to say that. He's like, if you're Vayor's like, move towards the future, and but remember the past. Like, don't lose your culture, don't lose your, like, you can move forward, but don't lose who you are. Anyway. Yeah, so he goes with Vayor to fight Makuta. If you're confused on what I mean by Makuta, because you're like, but, Vayor, you said that they were in a different universe, so why is there a Makuta? I think I explained why there's a Makuta. So Makuta's basically, in this universe, he's a Toa who has the same powers as Vayor, except he's more powerful. He's just like Super Vayor, who's pure evil. I sort of went with his first appearance in Match, a new online game version. I literally have him, like, commit. See, in that game, there's things where it's like, sort of like, he's sort of responsible for 9/11, because 9/11 had just happened when that game came out, and the people probably had offices there and such, right? So they were, the entire thing where Makuta gives a speech about how he is destruction, and how there's evil within everyone, and that he is the evil, is basically sort of about 9/11 a bit. Anyway, I went with that sort of Makuta, who's destruction and chaos, and he's responsible for various people getting wiped out because he attacked the Lightseekers' main city and killed many people. Anyway, yeah, so he goes with Vayor and kills Makuta, except then he dies in the fight, and Vayor lives, and that's an issue for Vayor because he's Vayor. Anyway, so that's basically his story. He shows up, he helps out Vayor. He's sort of, my thoughts are he's going to be like the ancient Toa of Light from ancient history, who helped create peace between the two people who live on dialects. Anyway, now here's his weapon. It's not particularly special, it's just nice looking. So I went with sort of a spear. It's sort of like a double-sided spear, if you can see that. You can, hopefully. Unless you're blind. I'm sorry if you're blind. I don't know why you would even click on this video and how you're using the computer if you're blind. But, okay. In fact, I'm confused on why you would watch a video about a MOC if you're blind. Because at that point, you wouldn't... I'm sorry. Anyway. I'm sure I'm offending many people right now. Anyway, you got the two hand grips. These are basically what I use for grips with everyone. You got this piece and this piece. And I suppose you could hold on to the back here, but it would rotate. Which actually could be cool. It's very dear and little baubles and bits. And these things spin. Look. Spin. Yeah, so you can see all the gears and just G-Tongue Goo Orange. Spin. Look, it's great. Anyway. It's sort of like a spear axe. You can cut with it, you can stab with it. Also, I thought he could just shoot, like, rays of light, like, pew, pew. I'm gonna set him up so he can do that. Like, where he'd grab the end and be like, yeah, like, you see what I'm saying? Where he would grab onto the end and be all like, pew. Yeah. I come across as a very mature, responsible adult right now. So yeah, that's like Avakaru Avakaru Lightbringer. That is a complex name. Why would I name anyone that? Well, I named one of my guys Lakava. So whatever. Anyway, that's me. They are Stormbringer, and yeah, that's the end of this video. Bye.